So I'm going to be taking down all of this chicken wire and fencing. We had put this up to protect our trees from the sheep, and it's time that we take this down and put it back up the right way, or a better way anyway. So the first thing I have to do is remove all of it. And this was a very time-consuming and tedious project. The video won't show how much time it took, but in all reality, this took me over an hour just to remove this fencing from these trees. Protecting our trees in the pasture area from the sheep eating them has become quite a challenge.
Oh, he's my best fellow. Hi, guys. Hi, Cheesecake. What are you doing? Huh? Hi, Cheesecake. You're my best guy, Cheesecake. Oh, I love you.
So my plan is taking all of this wire and stuff down and then reusing this wire, just putting it up around each individual trunk and making it so that it looks aesthetically better and it will protect the trees better. If any of you have ever worked with chicken wire before, you can appreciate the tediousness of dealing with it. But having to use chicken wire that was already used, that is just a nightmare, and I don't recommend it. However, it was free to do that, so it was worth the time spent to repurpose it. Please forgive my huffing and puffing throughout this video. Sometimes doing this just takes a little bit more energy than what one might think. I will also add that if you have a pair of gloves that you can work with, that's also highly recommended. By the time I finish this product, I have cuts and scrapes all over me from the sharp pieces on the chicken wire. Okay, so all the wire is off now. The wind was really blowing outside, and although that made it nicer to work in, it probably doesn't sound all that well on the video itself. Having to do things like this around the homestead and farm are some of the tedious, boring, icky sides of homesteading that people don't often talk about or show. And trust me, it is as boring to do this as it probably is for you watching it, but it is very much a real part of life on a homestead and running a small hobby farm. Reusing, repurposing, and having to redo things or repair things, it's just part of it. It just goes along with it, hand in hand. The sheep really cause trouble when it comes to keeping trees nice and bushes nice. So we've had to really work hard to try and figure out ways to protect this group of trees and another tree that I'm trying to grow in their pasture that will help provide shade, but I do have to take into account that the tree must be protected. The sheep will eat the bark off of it, and once the bark has been eaten all the way around it, then the tree trunk will die. And one of our tree trunks already died, so it's super important that we try and do everything we can to protect the rest of them, because we really enjoy this group of trees there. It looks really nice and provides some nice shade. I'll leave a link for the stapler that I'm using and the staples. I bought it at Lowe's. And just for the disclaimer, I have not been sponsored on this video. I'm not being paid or given anything free. I'm just sharing what I'm using and what has worked for me with all of you. So maybe you can get something similar if you've got this kind of issue to deal with. This summer is pretty much being dedicated to setting up my entire farm again. It's still all here on the same property, but it's time that I rearrange things and make it so that it's a little bit more user-friendly and easier to deal with chores during the winter time. And you know that saying that says, work smarter, not harder. And so I'm trying to do what I can to fix and repair and adjust whatever needs adjusting here on our homestead. So you can see here, I've been putting up chicken wire around each trunk. I think it'll be more stable that way. It certainly looks nicer as a whole. Even though I don't like doing this, for now, this is the only way I can protect these trees, and we needed something different than what we had. That was just a mess. So this looks better, and I think it will do the job. By this point in the process, my hands were getting pretty sore from all the clipping of the wire and taking it down and clipping it again and putting it back up and then stapling it all. My carpal tunnel was kind of acting up, but I'm super grateful that we were able to get this done, and I think it's gonna fix the problem for now. Thanks you guys for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't, and that's always free, and click that like button. I would appreciate it so much. It will help me be able to start making more content.